promise you, the identity crisis will soon be a thing of the past. Nobody will tell you who you are anymore because you will find yourselves and you will know who you are. And when you know who you are, nobody can tell you otherwise. I promise you. Because you will find out why this whole thing is actually not really making any sense if all of us want to be honest. Let's go to Rivers State because that's where Asari Dokudon is from. Asari is lamenting. Some people said Asari said the reason why he hasn't said much about the Okwama attack and the rest is because, he's fasting, okay? And somehow they are trying to force him to say something that will upset Siflubu. That's where I'm going to wrap up that of. But before we go to before we go to the economic part, I've got clips to share with you. I could kind of talk the rest out, okay? Here is what the military are now saying about Okwama. There's a reason why you have to see this, as their stories keeps changing. The Nigerian military said they are occupying that area because they are searching for stockpiled arms in Okwama. They said the people of Okwama, they have arms that they have stockpiled somewhere, and they've also taken military weapons from them. And until they get those weapons back, including the people they have declared wanted, they will not allow anybody to access that region or access. And also, they know that it's not everybody that is involved. So they are trying to be human. I mean, Nigeria is not in military rule right now, but a section of the country is currently sectioned, sort of, by the military. Listen to it, please.
The Urhobo community and other communities in the Niger Delta are accusing the Nigerian military of high-handedness, making it impossible for people to return to their communities, declaring 8 persons wanted, including a traditional ruler, not allowing the community to bury their dead. That's on one side. On the other side is the legal question that has been raised, namely that the military, in investigating and handling the matter, is overreaching itself, because both the Constitution and the Armed Forces Act, do not give the military the powers to arrest civilians, that is, to investigate, to prosecute, and that is the function of the police. And even as grievous, as tragic as this situation is, that what the defense headquarters should have done is not to declare people wanted, but to hand over the matter to the police to see to its logical conclusion, since civilians do not fall under martial law. What do you have to say in response to these two major criticisms out there in the public?
But just first and foremost, let me just appreciate Nigerians and Nigeria for standing by the military. People have commiserated with us for the death of our colleagues. And I'm really, really very happy with the responses. I received letters of condolences from all over the world, not only in Nigeria. People tend to understand that the military is established as the authority of the government to protect Nigeria and to protect Nigerians. And that is why we view it we take it very seriously when criminals take laws into their hand against members of the armed forces or any security agency or any citizen of the country. The issue of the Owama issue, the attack was premeditated just because there are a group of criminals, cultists, militants, that because they make a lot of money from crude oil theft, believe they are above board. And they did this deliberately just because the commanding officer and his team were ensuring that any acts of pipeline vandalization, crude oil theft, illegal refineries were completely eradicated from that region. So that's part of the issues that came up. And you can see the Lieutenant Colonel himself is a very, very gallant, was a gallant officer. He was a commanding officer. Had the privilege of being his theater commander in the Northeast. He did extremely very well in the Northeast. We brought him here to stabilize the North Central. He did. He went to the Northwest. He equally did the same. So for him to be killed just like a chicken, beheaded, disemboweled. I mean, that is unacceptable. And we're happy that the Commander-in-Chief has given us a mandate to recover the arms to arrest the perpetrators. Now, I know a lot of comments have been made by different kinds of people, some from lack of understanding. When you have a joint task force involves members of the armed forces, that's the Army, Navy, Air Force. We have the police, the DSS, the NIA, every other security agency are part of it. So when we have arrests, we have joint investigation team. So it is not like the army is taking laws into their hands. And, you know, I've had comments about what were they doing and all this. And once we are deployed on operation, we have the right and the mandate to arrest all acts of criminality within that area. So they were there deployed legally. They were doing a legal operation. And it was because the commanding officer felt the threat was not that high. That was why he went there and felt he could discuss with the individual. He did not go armed. That gallant officer, if he had gone armed, he will erase everybody in that place. But he felt these were people he knew, these are Nigerians that he could talk to. And when he stepped up to talk to them with his team, they were rounded up and all shot. And not only shot, their body parts were cut, their hearts and private parts were removed. And I think that is one thing that all Nigerians should stand against. I've heard the Robo leaders talking. Yes, I have very serious respect for elders. But also like elders, also speak from position of strength. They cannot say they do not know what was going on there. I'm sure you are aware that since they decapitated the bodies of those guys, there's a lot of human sacrifice that is ongoing within those general areas. And it was just part of them showing, you know, a way of saying that they have strength. And that's why they were able to cut the heads, cut the hands, disembowel them, remove the hearts, and these other things. I don't know what was that for. What was the intent? But whatever the intent is, we remain focused, we remain committed. If you notice, again, our operation was highly regulated. I mean, ideally before now, it would have been a situation where we would have gone and flattened all the communities within the area. But it was measured because we felt not everybody was involved. But we know that a lot of people knew what was going on and kept quiet. And so that makes them complicit. But like I said, it was a major operation, it was a major response. We are conducting cordon and search operations to thoroughly search for our weapons and to arrest those that carried out this dastardly act. I'm happy with the traditional ruler that submitted himself, which is the best thing. I wish all those other ones that were in the pictures will also equally do the same. We are not animals, we are not barbaric, that will just go around killing people. If they had not touched our armed forces, nobody would have been there. We have lived peacefully with them. We have encouraged them. We conduct civil-military relationship. If you go to most of the communities, we provide amenities for them just to show them that we are not an occupational army. We are the Nigerian armed forces, and we are here for Nigeria to ensure that Nigeria is peaceful. So
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Did you hear that from that Olori Buruku Kaki wearing Wiri, a service chief in Nigeria? He kept repeating the word like they butcher them, they disembowel them, they kill them, they did this, oh, we are good to them, or the officer went there unarmed, but we are there looking for the arms collected from our officers they killed. So if the officers went to a place unarmed, but you are there, okay, it's actually meant to be the police doing the investigation. Okay, the police was supposed to be the one to say, oh, military officers were killed, and we are now investigating those we believe could be involved, and we have this suspect and all that. But in order to breach that, okay, he kept saying, they kill our officers, they dismember them. This officer is a gallant officer. If he had went there armed, he would have leveled the whole place. But he did not go there armed. He went there to go and have a conversation with bunkery, people who are doing bunkery, and they killed him. They cut off his head. They removed his heart. They cut off their body. He kept repeating that so that, you know, everybody listening would just be like, oh, that's true. Oh, they cut off their body. Oh, they are cultists. There are some cultists there. There are some this there, there are that there. All of this from the same military officers, okay, who told us, who did not tell us that they have slaughtered over 100 people in Okwama before they even make the announcement that their military officers were killed, okay? Until today, when he was asked there, how come the people you have killed? He never mentioned that. Oh. The people you killed, the community have not been able to access the place to bury their loved ones. He just kept saying they killed our people. We have been nice to them. If you go to some of the communities, we provided this for them and that. That is the shit hole. And that is just so you know that apart from those who are trying to do the media runs for them, who are trying to do some, what do you call that one? Who are trying to do some image laundering for them, right? They would not want you to actually see the genocide that this criminal military or army have carried out in that part. But they have slaughtered over 200 people, over 200. To the point that they were dumping people's body in water. And communities that are next to those areas where they are killing people, they are absconding, they are living. The person where they tell you saying a gallant soldier, they said he went to the North Central. He settled the place. He went to the Northeast. He settled the place. He went to the Northwest. He settled the place. Now the gallant soldier will settle the place. Now the place where they kidnap school children, where they are killing and massacring and they're ransacking villages. So now the same place, this Olori Bruku Kaki wearing green Kaki wearing Wiri, a military chief in Nigeria. Person where they tell you the gallant soldier will go somewhere where no carry weapon. But they continue to lie. You've seen them lie a lot. And it's because they can get away with that. It's unfortunate, all right? I just hope you know. And everybody who tries to actually expose them is considered supporting those they call their enemies. And these are the criminals. Nigerian Army, now una they do bunkry. Nigerian Navy, now una they do bunkry. And you know the So if you are killing innocent people just for your cover up, just know that there are those who are documenting those things. Oh, it's just so unfortunate that when you document themselves, where you will take them to, because I mean, come on, these are murderers. Yeah. And they get away with that. They do. All they have to do is just to give a sort of a tag to why they are killing the people. And then you will never see any one of them take responsibility for that. They give you mandate to go and kill Nigerians. Yeah? And you still think that's a real place, Abi? Let's go to the part of Wike's Lamentation. It's been a while. So Wike's Lamentation seems to have finally come to the madness level. Although some people believe that he's already mad. That's why we call him Wike, Abi. And this is because of the, what do you call that thing again? The battle between the Godfather and the Godson have been gone. Anyway, Wike rigged Fubara as governor in order to come and help her cover his ass, his looting, and his failure as a governor. Right now, the state that Wike was governor for 8 years, flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 3, flyover 4, flyover 5, flyover 12. The Olori Brukuma will tell you saying the brag saying they build flyover 12 flyovers. Has left a state with the children where you have, listen to this, where you have 82.1% children in River State are living in multi-dimensional poverty. That is the second richest state in Nigeria. And that guy was in charge for 8 years. At the end of the day, after all the loudmouth and all the whole thing, he ended up as an ass licker, a twerker for Gbajabia Mole, a former governor. He's not twerking for them there. He's a minister, and he currently feels like his political base or his political capital has been totally taken off him, and he will fight with whatever it takes. Lamentation of Wike. If this is your first time of being part of that, sorry, you are likely going to have a man on your screen that, no, I'll have you. So anyway, Fubara himself kind of came out of his shell today when he said, if Wike they think saying they mad because of saying they follow or trying to be to follow the agreement he made with Tifnumbu, then he's yet to actually see a real shock. Wike is fighting everybody right now. Everyone has betrayed him, he believes. And with the Wike's House of Assembly loyalists, they are already hinting on, it's like we are going to bring back that impeachment of Fubara. And Fubara, too, in a nutshell, right? I've got compilation of them throwing breakbacks, at themselves. Let's start with that of Wike, if you don't mind.
I want to take you to River State now. We'll talk about politics where the assembly has accused Governor Fubara, of not sticking to, the agreement they signed earlier. And a lot of people are saying that Nyesom Wike is at it again. That you have a kind of hold on the assembly member, and this is Nyesom Wike again complaining against Governor Fubara, threatening to resume impeachment proceedings. Okay. What is this perpetual problem between you and Governor Fubara?
Just like I know when your life fair is I have decided not to bother myself in politics, rather concentrate on the assignment given to me by Mr. President. And that I've been doing. I didn't even go for Easter. I stayed back here because of the heavy workload I have in my hand. But now you have asked me, why do you people believe I have a hold on the assembly people?
Because they were your boys.
They are my boys. Who is not my boy that's elected?
The governor too is your boy.
My boy. But I don't have a hold on him.
Yes.
I have a hold on the assembly people. The problem people don't understand is that I was reading the other day. I saw a political conference made by transitional politicians, political vampires, political buccaneers.
Not elder statesmen.
What makes them elder statesmen? Do you know who's called an elder statesman? An elder statesman is a man who must have integrity, who must not be here today, here tomorrow.
But I thought that's politics.
No, that's not politics. That's lack of integrity. Why am I not like that?
If somebody does not agree with you.
Not agreeing with me. Listen. Not agreeing with me. See what they call integrity. Let me tell you what's called integrity. Take, for example, if you allow me to analyze one by one, let me just tell you. In 2007, when Amechi came on board, after the Supreme Court judgment in October 25th or 26th, 2007, Uche Secondus, Abia Sekibo, Osnopra, Lee Meba, Salas Nomeha, we threw him out that 26th, that we threw out Celestine Omeya. And Supreme Court, of course, said he was never a governor in the eyes of the law. After that judgment, in fact, that time, Secondus was the state chairman of PDP Rivers. After that judgment, he came to us, Hilton, and cried that he's the only son of the mother. That look, we should not allow him go that way. When Celestine lost Supreme Court, it's okay. But you are the chairman of PDP. We went. Celestine has sworn in council chairman. Now, we went to court. This was Secondus, who was the state chairman when Omeya was made the candidate and temporary governor, then, you know what he did? He came to court to testify that those council chairmen, he did not submit their name to RISEC. This is a man who was with Obeya. Simply because the judgment is now against Obeya, there's no longer governor, he ran down to us, the Amici team, and testified for us in court. And that was how court nullified all the council chairmen then, nullified their seats. Is that a man of integrity? It's not whether you agree with me or not. I'm just telling you now. That is one.
But you supported him to higher positions in the PDP.
Hold on, now, I'm
As
coming now.
PDP chairman.
Look, you see, that is my problem. You ask question, I want to give you background when it says statesman. What makes them that statesman? Is it because you have faced 70 years? Is it because you have held a seat before, a position before? You can be a governor, but without integrity, I have no business with you. Yes. Okay, take for example. If they are men of integrity, you say. You remember what happened in our last election? These are the people who called me killer because I was trying to force them to support a man who will not live long, who his life has been determined that, look, there's no way of wasting their time to support him. I'm trying to force them. Now, you know that Omeya and Abechi are first cousins. You know that when Amechi came on board, he was the one who removed Omeya's picture, that he was never governor. I don't know whether you understand that. Do you understand that? All of you. It is smoke Igbo. It is take India.
That is why we call that part the lamentation of Wike. That's why he's going to sit there and tell you how much of these people have betrayed him. And at the same time, he's going to sit there and tell you, I don't care about them and all of that. The reason why you are watching that is because there are some people here who be say, when they pray for karma, and there are people who believe in karma. I have them here too. There are people who are like waiting for the day the karma will strike, and they can watch this with a wiki on a stake. Not like literally, okay, not like physically, kind of. Because of the reasons best known to them. I don't want to go into that, right? So I'm going to mix it. That was the first part. It was there talking about how people, because those guys went to Fubara. It's like everybody with the fight with the Wike is now supporting Fubara. And somehow, this is so painful for Wike because these were supposed to be the people he had defeated. He made Uche Secondary's PDP chairman when he felt like he was going to be president of PDP, he would be the presidential candidate of PDP. He plotted and got Uche Secondary's out. Then went on to go and bring, what's that guy again? From Benue. Iyocha Ayu. He brought in Iyocha Ayu, thinking that the Dumbo Were Wike. They did not tell him that Plateau State is not, Benue or so is not northern Nigeria. It is a middle belt part of Nigeria. That it is only when it's politically convenient for them, the Sharia North want to claim the middle belt is also northern Nigeria. Were Wike as governor, he thought if he brought Iyocha Ayu, then that will automatically make him from the south the candidate of PDP. And Tambuwal bought into, Tambuwal pretended to buy into that. And that got Tambuwal some money. Because Tambuwal alone, despite the fact that now all of them they collect, now both of them they collect allocation from Abuja, where a Wike alone passed over 100 billion naira